Stop what you're doing for just one moment. I need you to answer me honestly right now. Which country are you in? And what time is it where you are? Take a breath and really think about it. Because the moment you answer, I want you to realize something terrifying and beautiful at the same time. If everything you hold onto, your money, your plans, your comfort, the people you rely on, vanished tomorrow, who would you be? Not the mask you show the world, not the role you play, but the real you inside. Most people will never ask themselves this question until it's too late. They live chained by fear, craving, and attachment without even knowing it. But what I'm about to show you will change everything. This is not theory. This is not motivation. This is life or death. This is the secret that the strongest people in the world know and the rest never learn. The less you need, the stronger you become. By the time this video ends, you'll understand why nothing outside of you can ever control your peace again, if you're ready to see it. So tell me again, what country are you in? What time is it right now? Remember it, because what you're about to hear is going to meet you exactly where you are. Stay with me. Every second matters. Nothing to lose is the highest power. The strongest person is not the one who owns the most things, the most power, or the most control. Real strength belongs to the person who can lose something and still remain calm. When you are not afraid of loss, life cannot threaten you. Fear exists only because we are holding on. We are afraid because we believe something can be taken from us. Our image, our position, our comfort, our relationships. But when you stop clinging, fear has nothing to stand on. It disappears naturally, without effort. Zen teaches that attachment is the root of fear. When you say, "I cannot live without this," you have already given that thing power over your peace. But when you say, "I can live with or without it," your mind becomes free. Zen masters were peaceful not because life was easy for them, but because they did not carry unnecessary weight inside. They did not build their identity around success or failure. They did not depend on outcomes to feel complete. They did not measure their worth by what they owned or how others saw them. When you stop defining yourself by what you have, you stop living in fear of losing it. When nothing inside you is tied to possessions, titles, or approval, nothing outside can shake you. This does not mean you give up everything. It means you stop letting things own you. You enjoy what comes, and you remain steady when it leaves. When nothing controls your sense of peace, you move through life lightly. You respond instead of panic. You accept instead of resist. You remain stable, even when circumstances change. When nothing owns you, you are free. And when you are free, you cannot be broken. Need is the root of weakness. The moment you believe you need something in order to be okay, your strength begins to leak away. Need does not feel dangerous at first. It feels normal. It feels human. But inside, every need is fear. Fear of losing. Fear of not having. Fear of becoming empty. When you say, "I need this person," "I need this situation," or "I need this outcome," you quietly give your peace into someone else's hands. Now your happiness depends on something you cannot fully control. This is how weakness begins. Zen does not teach you to reject people or life. Zen teaches you not to lean on them for your inner balance. When you lean too much, you forget how to stand on your own. A mind that needs constant reassurance is always restless. A heart that needs approval is easily hurt. A life that depends on comfort becomes afraid of discomfort. This is not strength. This is quiet dependence. True strength is being able to say, "I prefer this, but I do not need it. Preference keeps you human. Need makes you fragile. When your stability comes from within, situations lose their power over you. People cannot control you with silence. Circumstances cannot break you with change. Loss cannot destroy you because your foundation was never outside. Zen teaches inner independence, not isolation, not coldness, but a deep sense of completeness that does not beg life to be a certain way. When you stop saying, "I need this to survive," your mind relaxes. When your mind relaxes, fear loosens its grip. When fear loosens, strength appears naturally. A person who needs nothing to be whole can face anything without collapsing. Wanting more is inner poverty. Wanting more feels natural in the world we live in. We are taught to chase, improve, collect, and upgrade. But Zen looks beneath this habit and sees something most people miss. Constant wanting is not strength. It is a quiet form of inner poverty. When the mind is always reaching for more, it is never at rest. Even when something good arrives, the mind quickly looks ahead and says, "What's next?" This creates a feeling that nothing is ever enough. Life becomes a race with no finish line. Wanting is the belief that this moment is lacking. It tells you that peace exists somewhere else, in another place, another time, or another version of yourself. As long as you believe that, peace will always stay out of reach. Zen teaches that true richness is not found in having more, but in being satisfied with what is already here. Contentment is not laziness. It is clarity. It is seeing that chasing more will never fill a mind that does not know how to rest. A person who always wants is like a cup with a hole in the bottom. No matter how much you pour in, it never feels full. The problem is not the lack of water. The problem is the hole. When wanting slows down, something changes. The mind becomes quiet. Gratitude appears naturally. You start noticing what you already have instead of what is missing. This does not mean you stop growing or improving. It means you stop believing that more will complete you. Growth becomes natural instead of desperate. Action becomes calm instead of restless. When you no longer need more to feel whole, you discover a deep sense of abundance. Not because life gave you everything, but because your mind stopped asking for what it did not truly need. Attachment is fear disguised as love. Attachment often looks like love. It sounds like care. It feels like closeness. But Zen teaches us to look more honestly. Attachment is love mixed with fear. Fear of losing. Fear of being alone. Fear of emptiness. When you are attached, you do not just love someone or something. You hold it tightly because you are afraid of what life will feel like without it. This fear quietly shapes your thoughts and actions. You worry more. You control more. You suffer more. True love allows space. Attachment demands security. Love trusts. Attachment fears. Zen makes this difference very clear. You cling because you believe something outside you is giving you stability. A person, a role, a routine, or an outcome becomes the place where you rest your peace. But when that thing changes, as all things do, your peace collapses with it. Zen teaches that emptiness is not something to be afraid of. Emptiness is openness. It is the space where nothing is forced and nothing is held too tightly. When you are not afraid of emptiness, you stop clinging. When attachment loosens, the heart becomes lighter. You can care deeply without fear. You can enjoy without anxiety. You can let things come and go without breaking inside. This does not mean you become cold or distant. It means your love becomes clean, free of fear, free of control, free of desperation. When you stop holding life too tightly, life stops hurting you. Simplicity sharpens awareness. Life is full of noise. We carry too many things in our hands, in our minds, and in our hearts. Every object, every obligation, every distraction demands a small part of our attention. Little by little, we become scattered. Our awareness dulls. We miss what is real because we are focused on what is unnecessary. Simplicity is not about giving up or becoming poor. It is about clearing space inside yourself so that life can be seen clearly. Zen teaches that every extra thought, every extra possession, every extra attachment clouds the mind. When the mind is clouded, truth becomes invisible. Confusion becomes normal. Peace feels distant. When you remove what you do not need, your senses awaken. You notice small details, subtle feelings, and quiet truths that were always there but hidden behind clutter. Life does not become smaller. It becomes sharper, more alive. Every moment becomes richer because your attention is free. Simplicity does not mean living without comfort. It means living without dependence on comfort. It means enjoying what is necessary without clinging to what is extra. It means recognizing what truly matters and letting go of the rest. A simple life trains the mind to see clearly, to respond calmly, and to move with purpose. Decisions are lighter because there are fewer distractions. Emotions are clearer because they are not entangled with unnecessary desires. Awareness becomes like a clean mirror, reflecting reality without distortion. When life is simple, every experience becomes a teacher. Every challenge, every joy, every moment of silence speaks more clearly. Clarity is a kind of power. A mind that sees truth naturally moves with strength and calm, even in chaos. Simplicity sharpens awareness, not by taking away life, but by removing the walls we have built inside ourselves that block seeing life as it is. Stillness is inner armor. Stillness is not the absence of life. It is not doing nothing. Stillness is the quiet center within, the place that does not shake even when everything around you moves. Most people are constantly reacting, rushing, thinking, worrying, and seeking. Their minds are like water stirred by wind, never calm, never clear. In that restlessness, even small challenges feel like storms. Zen teaches that strength does not come from noise, from busyness, or from control. Strength comes from being calm inside while the world spins outside. When your mind is still, you see clearly. When your mind is still, you are not easily disturbed. You are like a mountain that moves with no wind, like a lake that reflects the sky without ripple. Stillness is armor, but invisible armor. It protects you from panic, from anger, from fear, and from the pressure of the world. You cannot be shaken by events because the center of yourself does not depend on them. A person at peace in stillness does not fight life. Life may push, pull, and change, but the person does not crumble. Stillness is not something forced. It is cultivated. It grows each time you stop reacting automatically. Each time you allow a thought, a feeling, or a situation to pass without clinging, stillness grows stronger. Each time you observe life without needing to control it, stillness becomes deeper. A still mind is free, free from fear, free from constant desire, free from the storm of endless thoughts. From stillness comes clarity. From clarity comes wisdom. From wisdom comes strength that cannot be broken. Those who understand stillness do not need to prove themselves. They do not need to dominate situations. They do not need to chase or cling. Their presence alone is enough because their center is unshakable. In the noise of the world, stillness is the greatest shield. In the chaos of life, it is the strongest power. In the quiet of your mind, you find freedom that nothing outside can take away. Acceptance ends inner struggle. Struggle begins the moment we resist life. As soon as we say, "This should not be happening," or "I cannot accept this," tension arises. The mind tightens. The heart becomes heavy. Our energy turns inward, fighting what already exists. We create suffering not from what life gives us, but from how we refuse to receive it. Zen teaches that peace begins with acceptance. Acceptance is not giving up. It is not pretending that life is perfect. It is not resigning yourself to weakness. Acceptance is seeing things as they are, fully and honestly, without the constant demand that they should be different. When you stop pushing against reality, the mind relaxes. The tight grip of fear and frustration loosens. You are no longer caught in the exhausting battle between what is and what you wish it were. You begin to move through life with less resistance, and every step feels lighter. Acceptance does not mean you cannot act or change things that can be changed. It means you do not waste energy resisting what is beyond your control. It means you respond with clarity rather than reacting with panic. When the mind accepts, it sees clearly what requires attention and what does not. Struggle is often hidden in the small things: annoyances, delays, criticism, or loss. Zen teaches that each moment is either accepted or resisted. Resistance multiplies pain. Acceptance dissolves it. Every time you allow life to be what it is without judgment, you gain strength. Every time you stop arguing with reality, you find freedom. Acceptance also brings perspective. When you stop demanding that life bend to your desires, you see the natural flow of things. You begin to understand that difficulties are temporary, that change is inevitable, and that peace is not outside but inside. The mind that accepts becomes resilient. The heart that accepts becomes calm. Life becomes simpler. Conflicts feel smaller. Decisions feel clearer. Emotions no longer overwhelm you. Acceptance ends the inner war, and in its place grows a quiet power that nothing outside can disturb. When you truly accept life as it is, you are no longer a prisoner of your own resistance. You are free. You are strong. You are unshakable. You were always complete. Before you were born into the roles you play, the expectations you carry, the possessions you own, and the identity you believe defines you, you were already whole. You were complete. Your essence, your mind, your presence, these were never lacking, never in need of proof, never dependent on anything outside yourself. Zen teaches that this completeness is not something to earn. It is not something to achieve. It is what you are, always have been, and always will be. We spend our lives searching for something to make us feel complete. We think a relationship, a title, a success, or a possession will fill the emptiness inside. We chase experiences and approval as though they were keys to who we are. Yet, no external thing can create the wholeness that already exists. When we chase it, we forget the source. When we rely on it, we lose our strength. Completeness is quiet. It does not shout or demand. It does not seek recognition. It simply exists. And when you recognize this, everything else loses its power over you. You no longer need constant validation. You no longer fear being alone. You no longer feel lost when circumstances change. The world may shift, possessions may vanish, people may leave, but the essence of who you are remains untouched. Zen teaches that suffering is always born from the belief that you are incomplete. Every craving, every worry, every disappointment is a sign that we have forgotten our own fullness. When you remember, the weight of life lifts. Decisions are no longer desperate, emotions are no longer overwhelming, and the pressure to perform or possess fades. You move through life with ease because the foundation of yourself is already solid. This wholeness does not mean you stop caring. It does not mean you stop striving or growing. It simply means that nothing outside can fill you or empty you. You act, you love, you create, but your peace does not depend on outcomes. Your happiness does not depend on others. Your strength does not depend on possessions. When you realize that you were always complete, life changes. The world no longer feels like a threat or a test. Challenges become opportunities to practice. Moments of joy become deeper because they are seen without need. You live fully, freely, and powerfully, anchored in the quiet certainty of your own being. The less you need, the less you fear. The less you fear, the stronger you are. And the strongest people are those who know they were never missing anything to begin with. You were always complete. You are complete now. You will remain complete forever. Take a deep breath and remember this. The world will always try to pull you into fear, into craving, into endless wanting. It will tell you that you are incomplete, that you need more, that you cannot survive without this or that. But the truth you have seen today is far greater than anything outside you. You were never missing anything. You were never weak because of what you didn't have. Your strength was always inside, quietly waiting for you to notice. The less you need, the freer you are. The freer you are, the stronger you become. Nothing can take that from you. Nothing can shake that. Nothing can break you. Carry this wisdom with you. Return to it whenever life feels heavy or chaotic. Let it guide you in your decisions, your relationships, your work, and your quiet moments alone. Let it remind you that peace, power, and completeness are not found in things, people, or outcomes. They are found in the stillness, simplicity, and truth of your own being. You do not have to chase life. You do not have to fear it. You do not have to rely on it. You are enough. You have always been enough. You are complete. And when you walk through the world with this knowledge, you will see it ripple outward. Calmness in your presence, clarity in your decisions, strength in your heart, freedom in your life. Remember this always. The less you need, the stronger you become, and that strength is unstoppable.